Infinite Coder, Purplish, what's up? Sunday stream. Let's go. Alright. I need to go with my monitors here for a second. Oh no, they're twisting on me. There we go. That's better. Hope everyone's doing well. Gonna get ourselves into some Haskell, some more Haskell. Some HaskLUL. Yeah. I didn't come up with that, but it is pretty good. We had to fit it in somewhere. Alright. Awesome. Let me clear my own stream announcement that still pings me on Discord, which annoys me for some reason. I guess I could just mute my own announcements channel for myself. That's a good idea. Scottish, what's up? Alright, let's see. That looks good. Getting mic feedback. Not the kind that you guys hear. Give me a second. What are first, second, and third? So they're just a thing actually Bad Cop created. She created a Twitch bot that or Twitch integration with channel points. And so if you go to your channel points or whatever to redeem, before they've been redeemed, they'll be first, second, and third. That's all it is. Yeah, so I'm just using her integration that she made. It's pretty cool. It's kind of fun. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Bad Cop and the integration, so you know. Okay. There was something I was just thinking that I forgot to do. And I don't remember what it was, so I already forgot to do it again. Oh, is that my mic was bugging me? Yeah, hold on a second, I'll have to mute it. I have to unplug it and plug it back in. All right, that's much better. Let's see, we got audio. Is our music playing? Why is music not showing that it's playing? Is this just that song that is literally quiet? Let's just try switching this song. I barely hear the music. That's weird. 1 second. I just have to make sure I didn't like screw up. The music coming through OBS looks fine. I think this just might be a quieter song. I'm just gonna skip it. There we go. Okay, normal. All right, just had to make sure. All right, awesome. Thanks for bearing with me through my obsessions, and we're good. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's take off starting soon, and we're good. If you're just joining us, we're doing 12 languages in 4 weeks, 1 week per language grouping, 4 to 6 hours-ish on stream per language. And we are in week 3, which is meta language week. We've done C, C++, Zig, Scheme, Common, Lisp, Racket, Standard ML, and now we're on day 2 of Haskell. Yeah, so what did we do so far? We wrote fizzbuzz in Haskell. We used the guard syntax. It looks nice. Little pattern matching in Haskell there. How about it? Nice and clean. We laughed at the fact that Haskell uses otherwise for their catch-all case, since it's not terse like everything else in the language. And then we started working on our basically getting it set up for our web API. So what we did so far is we installed everything with GHCup. I used stack new just with the standard template, default template, to generate all of this. A lot of people, so this is where it got kind of funny. Basically, I'll just show you the what's funny is otherwise is just if value defined as true. That's hilarious, bitmap. Oh, I have work stuff on. Just ignore that. I forgot to close that. All right, give me 1 second. Let's close this. Let's close this closure. No, I was trying to close it. All right, it's fine. We'll do it the fast way. Okay, not bad. Close this whole frame. I'm gonna switch one more time to close out iTerm so it doesn't use up my entire system's resources. iTerm joke. And I don't really need Chrome open, so let's close Chrome. And then it's Sunday, I don't have to have Slack open. Let's close Slack. There. Now our resources can just handle streaming, which is all that my computer usually can do. Without questions. Can't ignore it, too important. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, absolutely. Howdy, howdy. Hey, Smiling Big. Yeah, I think it looks nice. I mean, we can make it more terse, like, if we wanted to. But I think it looks nice. I'm doing good. Good Sunday so far. I work on Sundays, actually. So I did a little bit of work this morning. I switched my Thursdays and Sundays. So as I tweeted this week, yes, I used that terrible website. I took a 4-year break from it, but I'm back on the Twitter. And so on Thursdays I touch grass, and then on Sundays I work, and that way I can be out and about while everybody is usually working or at school, and I have the world to myself. You've had about a 10 years break at the moment. Oh dear. That's a big break. Yeah. Oh, from Twitter, right? Yeah. It's a good call. I'm definitely not saying if you don't use it, you should be on it. But it's been okay for me coming back to it. I don't know. I don't use it a lot. A couple times a day. I don't doom scroll. It's okay. We're surviving. Yeah, so what are we doing today? Without questions, we are doing Haskell. So I don't know if you caught any previous streams, but we're going through 12 languages in 4 weeks. And right now we are on Haskell, which means we have done 7 other languages already. So basically we're exploring these languages. Haskell is actually the only, kind of like the book 7 languages in 7 weeks. Yeah, we're just a little bit faster. I mean, the thing is, if you were doing a week per language, you could probably like really get into some deep things with it. We're doing a cursory overview. What is it like to set it up? What is it like to go to the getting started docs, if they even have any? You know, all that kind of stuff. And then what is it like to do a fizzbuzz? And if we get into it, a Hello World web service, you know? An anonymous gifter gave Haskell a tier 1 sub. Nice. All right. I didn't even know there was a Haskell Twitch user. Amazing. Hilarious. Haskell is now subscribed to my channel. Well, thank you, anonymous gifter. I appreciate that. Should we see what twitch.tv Haskell gives us? Why not? Let's live on the edge. Haskell. Strong 10 followers, but hey. Done. Awesome. That's hilarious. Great meme, guys. Great meme. Yeah, what has been the benefit of powering through many languages? It's a good question. I think these are all languages that... Oh, so I didn't finish saying that Haskell is the only of the 12 languages that I've actually written more than a dozen lines of codes in before. Lines of codes. Lines of code in before. So the benefit has been getting a feel for what the syntax is like, and getting a feel also for like maybe what the language is trying to solve for a little bit, especially going from like a historical perspective of C to C++ to Zig, and then similarly on the Lisp track, going from Scheme to Common Lisp to Racket. I actually write Clojure full time, which is also a Lisp, so there was a lot of that theme in there for Lisp week. And then now we're on to MLs and seeing, you know, where did we start in standard ML? Not that there's ML before standard ML. There's just ML period, or mini MLs. ML is probably more like a concept. It's not really a spec. Yeah, I write Clojure full time. Yeah, that's my day job. So, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Far worse languages you could use. So yeah, I think that's it. And also getting a feel for what it's like to start in each of these languages as a beginner to the language. I didn't have any of them installed on my system previously. I mean, technically you have like GCC installed, right? Otherwise you're not like compiling C programs. But hey, Kolkus, what's up? Thanks for dropping in. So what is it like to get started with these languages? Unsurprisingly, the worst getting started was C and C++. those were the hardest to get started with as a beginner to the language. The rest of them, better than C and C++, but you know, we found some really nice ones. And honestly, now I'm a little bit biased because I already like Haskell, and I used to write Haskell 5 years ago, but I haven't touched it for like 4 years or so. So sorry everybody who's been here before, because I know I repeat the same thing over, excuse me, and over again. But Haskell's getting started was actually super, super nice. So I kind of think they had the best getting started experience so far. Not even joking. Their webpage, their homepage is really nice. Really well done. Cool. So yeah, thanks for the question. And it's been fun just to have these things side by side. Like, I'm probably going to put these things into like Carbon or whatever, and then we'll have, you know, 12 fizzbuzzes side by side. You know, what does this look like? What does web development look like in the language if we can? So far, the only one that we haven't done web development it was standard ML, and that's because I just didn't have enough time. You have to manually link dependencies, all that kind of stuff, kind of like C or C++. I didn't have time to learn the standard ML. I think I'm trying to talk fast, and it's totally like destroying my diction. I did not have sorry, it's totally an autism moment. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to slow myself down. Okay. I'm getting there. All right, let's see. Can I control myself? I think so. Yeah, so like anyway, we yeah, autism gang, absolutely. For reals. So anyway, I can't remember what my sentence even was, but basically we ended up just doing an AOC challenge with standard ML instead of web development, which was fun. So here we are in Haskell. We did fizzbuzz yesterday, and we started setting up our Hello World web service. We chose Scotty for our web service. Bitmap kind of helped us with the suggestion there, and it looked like a pretty simple thing, inspired by or similar to Ruby's Sinatra, for those who are familiar with that, which is also what inspired Express on Node.js. So anyway, here's this. Why don't we just look at our tree to give you an idea of what Stack generated so far. I haven't actually made any changes to the file structure here in this directory. So Stack new generated all of these things for us. We had, through web searches, asking people on different Discords I'm a part of and in chat, we had several different bummer smiling. We had several different, yeah, I'm getting to it, Bitmap. I'm getting to it. All right. No. So we had several different perspectives on how we were supposed to specify our external dependencies, like when we're installing a package. And I think we did arrive at the officially correct one, which is to put them in package.yaml. So package.yaml is not a part of Stack or Cabal. It's its own thing. It's part of a thing called HPAC. So I have learned. And so when we went to add Scotty to this, I started by putting in the stack.yaml extern deps, and that works, but is not really the right way to do it. You should have your dependencies specified in Cabal, because if somebody's not using Stack and wants to use it, and like the Cabal file should be like a source of truth in some ways. But here in our package.yaml file, we can specify the Scotty version we want, and we can do, you know, different version conditionals here for our package. Here they seem to just I don't know if it's semantic versioning for them or not, but we'll just stick on their latest minor version 0.20. They're currently at 0.20.1. And then package.yaml actually generates your Cabal file for you. And so I didn't have to do this. Stack new generated the original one, but then using the package.yaml updates, it generates the other dependencies. And so it added our Scotty in here to our Cabal file. So I would say that is the official way currently in a Stack project is to use package.yaml. Bro, come on, man. Does this ever work for you? Does it ever work for you? I don't understand. Who's ever gonna be like, yeah, this is great, thanks? I don't get it. Okay. So there we go. So Cabal is like their build system. Yeah, Cabal is their build system. Retro Spark. Hi, Retro Spark. Amateur game developer and a huge fan of retro PC games like Doom, Quake, and Half-Life. Cool. We're just doing... Yeah, HPAC seems pretty good. You're big into Quake 2 and 3. I don't know if I've played Half-Life. I've played the original Quake. I can't remember if I've played the original Doom. I probably have. But yeah, not as retro game nerd. Yeah, I played Counter-Strike like at LAN parties. We actually, like, in the early aughts, as they say, we actually went to internet cafes to play Common Strike. Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome, Retro Spark. Not related to anything we're doing here, but welcome all the same. We're doing some Haskell right now, doing some coding. So happy to have you along. Okay. I was terrible. I'm terrible at most of those kinds of games. All the FPS stuff. I'm pretty bad at it. I'm just not good at those games. I get too nervous. Anyway, so we specified Scotty in our package.yaml. It works in Hello World Cabal. I did have one issue, which is probably just a me issue. Let's see if it's still right up here. Can I find that error? Nope, it's too far up. I did have one issue where, like, my stack cache. So Cabal is like the main build system for Haskell. Let me put it that way. And then is the way I would put it. And then helps with your project config, kind of bringing all the tooling together, etc. Stack is a wrapper on Cabal to try to make things more user-friendly, and also tends to help with bigger projects, so I've heard. So, oh yeah, ASON. I remember ASON. Yeah, that's gonna be great. So that's the Cabal stack difference there. So basically stack, wrapper on Cabal. Cabal is actually doing all of the work of getting the dependencies and building them, as far as I can tell. And, you know, I mean the compiler builds, but yeah. Stack makes Cabal much more right. So for instance, stack has a .lock file, things we're a lot more familiar with in other languages at this point. Kind of modernizes the Cabal system in some ways, right? That's the way I think about it. There's a lot of strong opinions in Haskell. Very surprising. I know you would think Haskell developers you know, all 24 of us, not very opinionated, but there's a lot of strong opinions on whether you should use Cabal or Stack or whatever. But we're just using Stack, and here we are, package.yaml. We got our dependency installed. So, oh, what I was saying is I got some sort of error when I was trying to build RetroSpark. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I got some sort of error when I was building, and it said the recommended way to fix this is to actually put in my stack.yaml extra deps Scotty at 0.20.1 at SHA blah blah blah, and I can't remember what the error said. We're just going with it. I'm not going to finagle with it anymore because we want to write some code. So probably a me problem. It was something to do with like a cache somewhere, if I remember right, but I could be wrong. It's fine. It's working. It's building. Let's write some code. So the other thing that's interesting about this structure is that our like business logic can actually all go in this source lib, and then in app main, that's mostly where any logic we need to actually run the program goes. So we're going to try to feel that out, like how that works, but we could just see what it's generated so far. I don't remember. I forget. So this is what Stack generated. Module main, where it imports the lib, main IO, main equals sum func. I'm going to guess that sum func is probably in our lib. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's the other thing I did off stream is I wasn't able to get Haskell language server working correctly, and it's working fine. Here's a really good tip. Update your packages. It's really surprising. Really surprising that you have to do that. But yeah, you actually have to update packages, like for your editor. Like this is Emacs, right? So, you know, you do have to do that. Let's see. Okay, that is working. Yay, LSPs. So then we jumped over to our lib where sum func is defined, and here it is. So as far as I understand it, we're probably going to put most of our code in lib and then just call it from main. And that is how we have a separation of concerns in some way. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Okay. All 24 Haskell professors. No joke. Okay. So let's look at the Scotty docs. Here's a basic Scotty thing here. Yeah, Nix is another big part of that. So I did not forget. I forgot to mention that today. I would say most of the Haskellers I know actually are using Nix at this point instead of something like Stack. So, yeah. Which makes sense, because if Stack's main selling point to people who are more experienced is reproducibility, then of course Nix can ensure that reproducibility as well in a different way. Okay, so we have to enable overloaded strings in the language. Nix, by the way. Yeah, exactly, infinite coder. You know how it goes. And then we import web.scotty. And then we have this whole thing. So from like a main versus lib thing, I don't really know what makes a whole lot of sense. I think for now, I might just forget that lib exists and do this. And then we'll see after things are working if it makes sense to move some things over to lib or not. we'll just try that. Okay, so let's just start with basically writing out exactly what they said. Main has a type of IO. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and import web.scotty. And we have to make sure that we specify a language flag of overloaded strings. Oh, that's cool. So that makes more sense for a larger project bitmap, huh? Especially, I mean, it will really if you just have multiple files at all, right? So this is cool. Unused language pragma found. Yay, LSP, telling me where I'm not using things. Always love that. I'm gonna leave the IO type annotation because it'll be interesting to see what it ends up doing. And let's just write Scotty. Are we using 3000? Yeah, we're using 3000 everywhere else. So we're gonna write Scotty. We're gonna write $sign to make this right associative. And then we're gonna use some do syntax and say beam. Whoops. So not used to typing that way. I am not used to typing a skinny left arrow. Agelent is so aggressive it annoys you sometimes. That's funny. Yeah, so funny story about updating packages. I haven't actually written Haskell on this machine, and I can't remember how old this machine is. I mean, it's a 2019 MacBook Pro, so hashtag work pays, by the way, okay? Not just out here supporting Apple willy-nilly. And so I imported my Emacs config, of course, and so it just installed whatever. Basically, the point is, the last time my Haskell mode was updated on Emacs was 2019. So when I tried to install the latest version of Haskell web server and use it, nothing was working correctly, surprisingly. But a package update and we're good. I also went through the exact same thing recently with closure mode, which I forgot that I hadn't updated in a very long time. And I was also using an LSP for closure, which is a new thing. I usually don't for work. I get it. A little Scotty beam. Okay. There's got to be a Scotty. There's got to be all sorts of Scotty references in Elixir and Erlang, right? There's got to be. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I've used a left arrow in any other language. I don't even remember using it in Haskell, but again, like I forget things pretty quick. So it's been 4 years. Okay, so what does this look like? Nice. So what does this do? I did finish reading Learn X and Y Minutes for Haskell, which if you don't know about this resource, it's so good. They have them for so many languages. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's like really, really good, but it's good. And like just being able to read a bunch of code examples as somebody that's experienced in coding, and especially as just like a language refresher, it's so helpful because it just explains things so quickly. I don't have to read tons and tons of prose when really I just need a code. I need code and like one line of comment explaining what the code does, and then most likely I can understand it, right? So anyway, that's that. So anyway, that was helpful. So again, we have the $sign application operator that's changing our operator precedence, and that's basically to make sure that when we say get/word, which is obviously doing some sort of routing for us here, we're defining an endpoint. that doesn't get applied oddly to everything else. And that's because typically, you know, you're going left to right and you want to apply everything right to left in this case, right? I'll show a more simple example of that later. I don't think fizzbuzz has an example of that, right? I didn't have to use any parens. Nope. Basically, my point, we'll just write it out real quick. Let's write out the last thing, actually. So let's pretend we had this, and we'll just say hello. So what this is actually going to do is it's going to apply mconcat to HTML, and then it's just going to have, and it's going to apply both mconcat and hello to HTML. And that's the way that it's going to work from a left associative perspective. The application operator makes it so that hello, everything on the right side of the application operator, actually gets applied first. So now hello's getting applied to mconcat, which of course we wouldn't actually need because mconcat is just, well, there you go, folding a list of strings and concatening them. And then the result of mconcat gets applied to HTML. For people not used to MLs, this might make more sense because this is how you would do it in a lot of C languages. And you can do this in Haskell as well. If you didn't want to use the $, you can use parens. So that's the same thing, but you know, in this case, instead of having a bunch of parens, you know, as much as I love parens as a Lisp developer, you know, we could just use the $. So that's what $, means. The do syntax, what it's doing is it's applying path param word here to beam. So it's basically defining beam as the result of everything on the right side of that left arrow. Okay. And then that's how we can use beam down here on this line. I don't know all the finer details, but that's how I understand this code. So it's nice. We wrote some code. It's just from the Scotty example, and we can understand it, right? Let's just make sure I did it right because I am getting that one red squiggly. Variable not in scope. Path param. Okay. Interesting. Oh, because I was expecting it to auto indent for me. Okay, so this is I did this on purpose, bitmap, obviously, because we had to have an example of explaining and showing that Haskell cares about white space. Okay. So Haskell is a white space sensitive language. It's probably the only thing that annoys me about Haskell, is that it is white space sensitive. And so in other Lisps, let's see, we have different operators. I'm not Lisps, I'm in MLs. Like in OCaml, when you're ending something right, you use double semicolon, if I remember right. In a lot of standard ML stuff, you might use the word end to end things. But in Haskell, it uses white space to know what's happening. So let's see if this works. It doesn't get rid of my... It doesn't get rid of that, but that's okay. With curly braces and semicolons, yeah. And then it's like, why are you writing Haskell? But yeah, so I don't mind it. I don't mind it too much, but it's not, I mean, in some ways I'd almost rather it not be white space sensitive and just do an end, but it's fine. It's okay. Okay, so let's just see, regardless of our red squiggly, if this just works. So let's just stack run, see what happens. Nope, we're still getting the same thing. So Scotty, you failed me. All right, so let's figure out why, hey, GAT3JO, G4TT3JO, how's it going? How are you today? Let's figure out why path param is not in scope. Path param T0 web Scotty internal types action T. Okay. I don't understand it, but that's fine. Was there a path param that I missed? We are playing around with Haskell right now, and we are working on just a simple HTTP API in Haskell. So right now we're just following the getting started for the web framework that we've chosen and see how it goes. Let's see. That doesn't seem to be very helpful. Okay, this says beam capture param, and the other one said path param. Okay, so on hackage, it says capture param. Let's try that. That would be really funny if that's the problem. It looks like it. Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's kind of weird. Because this is 0.20.1. Like, are they using like a different thing to publish to hackage? Oh, look at this. 0.12.1? But it has these. I'm confused. Maybe they just don't actually use the releases. Do they have like a 0.20.1? No. Tags. Whoops. Weird. I don't understand why they would do this. Interesting. I wonder if they moved over to GitLab or something and then like didn't tell us. I'm a little confused. Huh. That is weird. It's just on, you think it's on a branch? That's probably true. I couldn't figure out their branching. Okay. Path param was introduced in 0.21? That's so weird. Oh, it's introduced in 0.21. Well, then you have good. So unreleased. Oh. I mean, I do actually think it's a better, like a more friendly name. So I don't disagree with such a change. All right, so we're setting phasers to stun on port 3000. Let's just curl that real quick. And file not found. Okay, I love that. What did we do wrong? Oh yeah, we didn't pass anything. Local 3000. There we go. Scotty, lol me up. All right, we're good. Okay, so that's cool. So if it doesn't match the pattern that you specify, they just automatically give you a 404. I don't exactly love that their default is HTML, but that's fine. It's okay. I'm sure it's like a basic thing there somewhere. Basic setting. But yeah, cool. Yeah, I need new glasses. These are old. I need to get some new ones, but I just don't usually feel like spending money. Okay, so Scotty $3,000 get word. Okay. Scotty's the cheap. A page is as simple as defining the verb, URL, pattern, and text content. Okay. Anything that returns the text value will do. Conforms to the WAI. Uses warp by default. Okay, so then let's see about examples. Hopefully these aren't all changed now. But, there you go. Use path param instead of capture param. There it is. Nice. Okay. So let's look at this beefier example and see what's up. Main Scotty 3000 do. Okay, so you can have a little middleware. Demonstrate that routes are matched top down. Okay, so we can just pass multiple routes, and basically each route just needs to return a string at some point. Reasonable. Our IO unit return worked, so that which makes sense. We're not returning anything from main. Our type here is just IO. Cool. How about it? Okay. So I think then this is great. Let's grab our Hello World API example for what we were planning on doing, which is in this README here. We'll just paste it there. And there we go. Okay. So starting with the first one, this should just be get/hello, and it just returns text hello world. Okay, we like that. And then this will be very similar to our Scotty one, except it's going to be get/hello/name and I mean, sure, we could use this. Hello space name. Okay. Lots of red squigglies. I'm just going to ignore them for now. And let's see. So we have get hello name do beam capture param name. Oh, that's funny. There we go. That's one. What are these complaining about? Couldn't match expected type route pattern. Okay. Interesting. This is fine. Okay, and let's just define the last route real quick before we move on. I did that perfectly, no doubt. And this should just be post/goodbye. And we're gonna have do. I wish. I'm a little surprised that the LSP doesn't do like in some sort of, or Haskell mode, one or the other doesn't do some sort of auto indent on that do, but that's okay, whatever. I don't want to do there yet anyway. Let's just give it some text. We'll just say that for now until we figure out JSON and figure out why this is not happy. Unexpected do block in function application. Do name capture param name HTML mconcat. Perhaps you intended to use block arguments, use parentheses. Okay. Did I forget something? Let's look at this little example here. Do v path param foo param HTML. That's, well, no, that's there. So it's doing HTML. So if I want text, first of all, I do want text. So I should just be using text anyway. No way, Scottish, really? Like for work? Our personal. Let's try a stack build and just see what happens. Let's see, we're here. I needed, oh, that's what it is. Is that it? Yep. Okay, so the simple example, I didn't need a do because I didn't have multiple things going on. Okay, how would have I figured this out? Is there any way I would have figured this out? I don't think I would have. I think I would have, I mean, I would have had to actually like read. I would have had to read this line right here, and we're not sure if I would have ever read that line. We can't really know. Okay, here it is. Nice catch, bitmap. All right, your home one. That sucks. That's weird though. I'm gonna stand up. Un momento. All right. No, don't do something stupid, Mike. Stand. Don't fall. Don't fall down. Don't fail me right now. Okay. I think it's okay. All right, sick. So setting phasers to stun, port 3000 looks good. Let's do a little curl at hello. Nothing should be 404. Again, I wish that was like not HTML, but that's whatever. Maybe we'll look into that if this keeps going so smoothly. Hello meta, beautiful, nice and simple. And so hello meta, of course, is supposed to return JSON. We just haven't done JSON yet. And then let's just make sure goodbye is working. In general, this should be a 404. But if we post, we should get the goodbye meta. Okay. Let's see if we can get, let's see. Do we have, nope, we don't have that. I'm not remembering. Maybe there's not an LDoc for this. F# with Saturn for WebDAV got you compared to Scotty. Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard good things about F# for WebDAV. I mean, so far, I mean, this is very nice to use so far. Obviously, we're only doing really simple stuff, but you know, we were defining our own routes a lot of times. So just to have it like as in implementing our own router, which, I mean, to be fair, in Haskell wouldn't be that hard because we have really nice pattern matching, but it's pretty sweet just to have all of this for us. Things are pretty obviously labeled, the text for the text return type, etc. I'm guessing that I can do JSON, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see. No. JSON for all A to JSON A. Okay. Let's see if we can actually identify that. Cool. Yeah, I'm going for at least another hour, Nightshade. But yeah, see ya. Thanks for dropping in. And, you know, at least making me feel a little bit better that you're not here. Okay, so let's figure out how JSON works. We got any JSON in here? It seems like this is mostly to explain the router. You can do I/O with lift I/O, and you can return JSON content. Now, is this only working because they used lift I/O? I don't know what lift I/O is. No, because here they're not using lift I/O and it's working. Path param is JSON 1 int 10 plus plus is okay. Now, did they have to include some sort of JSON thing here? I don't see that. Derive any class, scope type variables, overloaded strings. Okay. So let's see. You think it's because it expects an ASIN compatible value? Okay. So it's just a type error. That would make sense to me. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what that might be. We could, I guess we could just open up ASON and see what it says. Is there like an easy way? Is it this that I'm just supposed to like hit and then, oh, that brings me to documentation. Okay. I figured there was just like an easy documentation link I was missing, and that was it. Okay. Pretty low. Come on. No, too much. What just happened? Okay, it's fine. Right, deriving generic and show, import GHC generics. Okay, that's cool. Now we can encode a value like so. Encode person name equals Joe, age equals 12. Okay, we could write it by hand. Okay. Need to define a from JSON instance, sure. What about for basic types? Here we go. There we go. Using lists and ints. We have just 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just from list, bar 2. Sure. Decode just object from list foo number 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I could use the object from list. I like this. I think this is what I want. Seems right. Let's find out what object function actually does, since I don't actually know. What the hell? Is it from... Oh, it's from the ASON library. I was like, why is this doing this to me? Okay. Okay. Constructors, a JSON value represented as a Haskell value. Okay, I get it. So it's just a constructor provided by ASON to represent an object, a JSON object or a JSON map. That makes sense. Okay, got it. So let's see. This is what we would care about. So we're gonna just decode foo. Okay, so once you have a value, you can write functions to traverse it and make arbitrary transformations. Okay, so let's try this. I don't know how it's gonna work exactly, but we'll find out. Any instance of from JSON. Let me cook a little bit, bitmap. Let me cook. I'm getting excited. Find out. We're discovering things. All right. Okay, so let's think about this. We are defining our content type as JSON. It's probably trying to do something under the hood in order to, I'm guessing it already has ASON there. And so it just wants an ASON compatible value. We would have to construct one. I wonder if I just gave it a list instead of having to use the actual object. I wonder if it would just know what I want from that. So my idea, which might be very wrong, is to just use here, and then we're just going to go like this and say name, and then comma. That's a JSON array. We don't care about that. Right, we want something more like this. Foo number 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, but this is kind of like it's still telling it all the things. Like this is just a string, but I'm gonna guess it might know what that is. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's still very mad about everything. Ambiguous type variable b0 arising from the literal hello prevents the constraint. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that maybe this is a good use for lib. Maybe we just want to move this to a pure function in lib, and then we kind of know what's happening. I don't know. How do I go from my REPL here stack GHCI maybe? Okay. Oh. So basically it's not able to infer the type that I actually want. Yeah. So that's why I can it can't figure it out from there. Okay. Ambiguous type variable b0 arising from the literal hello prevents the constraint data.string.isString. Gonna guess this is the string constructor or something. I don't know. From being solved. Relevant bindings include name b0. Okay. All right. So maybe isString is from overloaded strings. Okay. So I guess my question then is, now I'm actually asking you guys a question. Would it make more sense for me to figure out how to make this work correctly by the right type annotation? Or would it be simpler or recommended to like work with the ASON constructors directly in this case? Like the way that they have it in their docs, where I would probably do something like even, I don't know, like string or whatever. And this would be like an ASON string type. I don't know if that makes sense. Because I thought that's what they were saying, is that's what we could do. You usually want to either directly construct the JSON object or make a custom type for which you define a toJSON instance. Okay, I don't hate that. So in that case, I feel like what I want to do is put this stuff in lib, and we'll start working from lib, and then I should be able to just do, like in this case, what I'm actually returning is not name, it's greeting. I always forget that, even though it's written literally 2 lines above. And then I just create like a greeting type and derive. I think that's fair. Okay, let's do that. So let's take this, and then we're going to say something like greeting name, and that's going to be defined in our lib. I'll get there. Just give me a second. Okay. This is going to be greeting, which takes a name parameter and returns this. Okay. But that's not what I actually want to do. I want to create a greeting. So what I want to do is greeting should have the type of string to greeting. And then we're going to define our own greeting type and derive the traits that we want. I said traits, you know, Rust. Here we go. Let's do this data type. Data greeting. I didn't mean to hit a quote button there. And this is going to be name. Text. Why do you hate everything about me? Deriving show. And let's see, I want to say toJSON. I actually don't need from JSON for this type. Obviously we could just derive it anyway. I don't know how you actually, maybe you don't need the comma there. Maybe you do. I don't know how deriving works, I forget. Let's look at this. I think they had a deriving example. Ah, you put a parens around them. Reasonable. Okay, so what do you hate about my data type? What did I do wrong? Use new type instead of data found. Okay, it's an HLent thing. So I should new type like this. And I'm guessing text, this is because I don't have ASON. So probably what I want to do is actually add ASON as a direct dependency and then import it here. That would be my guess. Yeah. Oh, I see. So if I have a data type with only a single field, they're going to say, yeah, Kenran, we're doing some Haskell. I've forgotten basically everything. So it's from data.text. Look at you guys. Hey, Soundle, how's it going? Is it import? I already forgot. I think it's import. Import data. Can I just do this? It's not, there's no semicolon. I know that much. No. You still don't like this? That's not happy either? Okay. Let's go back to their example real quick. Import data.text.lazy. Okay, I'm gonna say that's what we want. But it still isn't happy. Could not load module data.text.lazy. It is a member of the hidden package text-2.0.2. So I actually need to add this to my package.yaml is what I'm feeling. I already forgot the name. It told me everything and I already forgot. Text. Okay. Text equals 2 dot star maybe. Is that fair? I don't know, like what is how would you guys usually, like, you see a package is at 2, are you just going to do that? Just keep that major version? That would be like my thing. But yeah, not putting version constraints. That hurts me a little bit. But yeah, I get your point. I get your point. I know, I'm funny about the weirdest things. You're not wrong about that. Stack YAML, that's really helpful. Let's try stack run. Haskell uses a version, yeah, uses Simber, okay. You can also just write text as the stack LTS comes with one version per package anyway. Okay. Oh, so basically the point is that defining the version there doesn't exactly matter. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so now I need ASON. And like, is there any gotchas around which version of ASON I use? I had it open somewhere and I already forgot where I had it open. Right. So that's why it doesn't matter. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So there's the other advantage of Stack is that they're curating a set of packages that work with each other. Interesting. So that's probably where that error came out of. Now I'm kind of getting it. So I got an error when I first tried to install Scotty from Stack that said, we're expecting you to use 0.12. Yeah, no, I'm feeling that, Moomy. I'm feeling that might be the case. Moomy. Probably butchered that one. You can correct me if you want to. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, so what happened was I got like, oh, Scotty at 0.12 is expected, right? And I was like, well, I want to use 0.20 because that's the latest version that's on Hackage. And then Stack's like, no, you need to add this to your extern deps, which is Scotty 0.20.1. So that's what that's about. So really, so basically these aren't guaranteed to work together since I'm using 0.20.1 of Scotty with my current version curated package versions of text and ASON. Am I kind of right in the way I'm thinking about that? Okay. Sweet. So what is ASON's import? I missed that. Yeah, right. It compiled. It works. You don't even have to write tests. Free hugs, yeah, the whole world loves me. High-fiving everybody. It's like can't keep it inside. Sorry, it's just Prime is literally streaming right now because Sam Altman is back to CEO. What the actual heck is going on? I haven't tried building ASON yet. I haven't actually put it in my package.yaml yet. Or I didn't actually build. Wait, no, I did, didn't I? I don't remember if I did or not. Hilarious. How can you be like the like company everybody's talking about, even normies, and then you actually like F up this badly? I mean, not how can you? People do this all the time. Okay, this is fine. Well, what is the import called for ASON? Okay. I'm confused. I know I'm in the docs, but I feel like it's not giving me the import. Import data.map. I guess I have to look for what the to.json import is, but I feel like it should have given me that already. Decode from JSON. Okay, sure. It's in data. Oh, import data.ason. Oh, duh, that's what you mean. Okay. So it's literally this. Is that what you're talking about? Like, that's all I had to do? Oh, yeah. Okay, classic. That's very on brand. I just don't want to disappoint you guys too much. Okay, got it. Oh, I don't think I actually saved my, that's why. I don't think I saved my package.yaml. No, I did. It's there. It still hates me. Not in scope. To JSON. Okay. I didn't run HPAC. Is that my problem? I thought stack run would just do everything for me. How do you run HPAC? Do I do stack HPAC? Maybe it's stack HPC. Nope. Haskell program coverage. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's weird. So here's a question. How do I know what versions of things they actually installed for me? Oh my god, I'm just dumb. Oh my god, I'm just dumb. It's literally... I'm literally reading it. And I'm like, it's right here. It's right here in the package. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Sometimes. It still hates me. But it's a different error. Yeah. Cannot make a derived instance of to.json greeting. To.json is not a stock derivable class in the new type declaration for greeting. Perhaps you intended to use generalized new type deriving for GHC's new type direction. Well, I might have, but like, how does this work? Oh, so maybe I need to use generalized new type deriving? Don't use it. So either I have to derive it or I have to implement it myself. Oh, that's right. That's right. Actually, there's an example of that in the Scotty example, right? Well, maybe it wasn't here. Oh, it was in the ASON docs. That's where it was. It was here. It was somewhere here. GHC.generics. It's probably what I need. Okay, so let's see. Wrong way, but that's okay. And we're going to do, we'll just try it with the 1 and we'll see if they make me do, it's intense. It's an intense library, yeah. Well, I mean, it's like production, productive, production ready, JSON. All right. Okay, maybe I still need to do the import ghc.generics maybe, and then I need to derive generic. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Ah, yeah, okay. So maybe instead of 2JSON, I derive generic instead. I realize that they're not alphabetized, but maybe that doesn't matter. Really? Because I have to import ghc.generics, right? Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think I even have it there. No, I don't. I already did something else. Okay. All right. All good. Yes, you are very correct, finally, that this is not a greeting. First of all, this should be greeting. And then it's possible that I don't actually need these at this point. But no, it's just saying something else. You can run set dash package text. I don't know if I actually want to do that. We'll just deal with the red squigglies for now because I don't understand. I am a little confused as to this indenting here. Now that it's working, it indents correctly. That's happier. That is much happier. Okay. New type greeting equals greeting. Is that nah. We can't new line squirrely braces. It's just not gonna happen. You just can't new line squirrely braces. No, it is a little bit, it does look off. I don't actually like the way that they're dealing with indenting so far. And like, I don't love it. I would have expected greeting to be at 4 and then this to be at 2. But this just hurts me. And then greeting on the same line. But then I can just like, I almost just want to, since it's just a single thing, I almost just want to like one line this. Would that be like insanity? That's not bad. Can I just do it that way? Are people mad at me for that? Because it's a single field. You one-line new types if they're not long. I think that's fine. It reads much easier just reading it on one line. I'd be much happier if someone did this for me. Okay. Cool. Okay, so greeting takes a name, which is a string, and returns a greeting. So then at this point, all I have to do is construct, basically pass this whole thing to my greeting constructor. So I guess I still need that way. I don't need, well, I did the wrong thing, but that's okay. That's fixable. That looks possible, possibly okay. Still hates me. Multiple declarations of greeting. There are. Can I not have a function the same name as my new type? Is that the problem? I have to name my function something else. Okay. I'm guessing that's the problem. The same names as a field selector, right? Because a field selector is how you get the value out, right? Because now greeting is actually a function in the scope of this new type, because to get greeting from an instance of greeting, like you would do something like that, right? And then that would give me the greeting in there. Oh, really? Ooh, that sounds really nice. Stylish Haskell. Okay, let's add that to the README. Get stylish Haskell so I can stop going insane with formatting. Okay, probably won't do it today. We'll see how far we get. Nobody uses stylish. Lumi does. Be kind. Haskell, people. Haskell. Use Cabal. Don't use Cabal. Use Stack. Don't use Stack. Haskell, people. Oh my god. This is why how much... Okay. Bitmap. No one uses stylish. Lumi. Use stylish. Where are we at? Kinran says Formalu. Didn't Bitmap say Ormalu? Yeah, it's so true. Strongly opinionated, people. It's hilarious. I used to be a very strongly opinionated person. I love this. This is so peak internet right here. This is literally peak internet and peak Haskell. Use stylish. Nobody uses stylish. Use Ormalu. No, you should use Formalu. Formalu is a fork of Ormalu and it's much better. It's just so freaking hilarious. Oh, you guys make me happy. Thank you for that. That was excellent. Okay. 1 point for stylish. Oh, okay. I was like, you already voted, Kinran. You can't vote again. It's so old, it's built in the Emacs Haskell mode. I mean, I have Emacs Haskell mode, and I'm not feeling the Haskell formatting love. It didn't do anything for me for formatting imports. I guess I formatted them correctly. LSP format? Okay. eglot format. Like, what did I do? All right, let's try it on main real quick. I don't even know what it did. Not a lot. I mean, it's fine. I don't really care that much. What I care about is... Let's see what it does with this real quick. It puts it on a do. Okay, interesting. Okay. Very fun. Yeah, it's very simple code. Yeah. Okay. That's hilarious. Okay, good times. Here's greeting. We got greeting. We're still not building because the name has to change. Okay, but the name can't change in our type because that's what we need our JSON to return. So in this case, I don't know what's idiomatic. What do you guys do? I guess you use underscores? No, you guys like camel case, right? But you're not gonna say get. Okay, let's do this. Let's call it greet. You can't use long function names in Haskell. It's not allowed. It's considered better to format your records like greeting equals. I don't understand. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because it's explicit about, I mean, I could see that if you weren't using a new type, but if you were using a data type instead, right? That would make sense to me. Okay, what don't you like about this? In the expression, namely hello name, in the second argument, namely mconcat, greet name, stack failed to execute the build plan. And that's because this isn't not a text, it's a car. I understand. So I need to probably do something like this. Oh, is it because I'm not using overloaded strings? Like I need to put that in here, which means I should probably just figure out how to do the whole other thing because this is not going to work. Okay, that's fine. So this is the overloaded strings thing. Like, is that what this error really means? That I just need that language feature here? Probably. So you said, was it in package.yaml? Where am I supposed to put this? It was a while ago. Kinran, hey man, I appreciate that. Thanks for the sub with Prime. Default extensions. And that is in package.yaml. Emacs, stop it. Okay. It just doesn't actually have it there. Or I just don't know how to do things. Okay. We'll just put it up here. Default extensions. We're gonna have to look this up. HPAC. I already had it open. HPAC. Switch to this tab. Where did that even come from? It still brought it up here. Okay, whatever. I already forgot what it's called. Default extensions. Okay. Default extensions. HPAC. Okay. Very helpful. So I'm gonna guess, like everything else, it's just like this. And then I can take it from main, and we can go up here, and we'll just delete this because this apparently is going to work. And of course I already did it. Oh well. It's just overloaded strings, isn't it? Okay. I love when I accidentally take a second thing and I'm not good enough at Vim to remember how to actually get something off that I deleted 2 things ago. Okay. Couldn't match type char with text, expected text, actual string, and the expression name in the first argument. So this is now giving me an error on the name. Name is still a string. Yeah, this is like, this is pretty annoying. Is there something simpler that I should be doing that I like? Do I need to use overloaded strings or whatever? Is that necessary? I'm not understanding. That's what I was wondering. Oh, you know you're asking for it. If you say something's fine about Haskell, you know you're just asking for everybody else to say no. You're doing the wrong thing. You're a terrible person. Yes, SumFunc is not in scope. So now we just have to actually say, by the way, we're exporting greet. Okay. And then in this case, we don't need data.ason, I think. And I don't think we need text anymore. But we still need GHG generics. Yeah, we just want something simple. I'm sure it's like the right thing to do. Oh, right. I forgot what I was doing. What? How did it not? Okay, no, the other one. I forgot that no, I don't know. Do I need? But I don't actually need to derive to JSON because I'm deriving generic instead. That's what their doc said I could do. All right, let's see. No instance for to JSON arising from a use of JSON. Okay. They manually implement to JSON using generic. So maybe I do still need that. Okay. Let's just bring them all back and see if we get a build. I am Hassan. Hey, Hassan. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the Haskelling and the HaskLULing. I also need to derive any class. That's probably the other problem. All right. I wonder if derive any class is my real problem. Let's see. These don't I do. Let me just read it. Hold on. I can answer my own question. Why did they do this? Why did they use lowercase language on one case and language on the other case? Is this just like lazy people? Like what? Why did they do this to me? Okay. Inconsistency drives me nuts. And there's plenty of ways that you could say that I'm inconsistent. Lazy people. Classic lazy Haskell. It still hates me. No instance for ason 2.1.2.1 data.ason.types.2json.2json lib.greeting. Okay. Okay. It's so confusing, but it hated me when I added it. Remember? It errored. Now that I have generic, is it not going to error? Last time it errored. Okay. It's taking longer. It errored when you didn't have generic. See, this is what's confusing, is on their docs. It's up here somewhere. Right here. We create a matching data type. So that's the part that I'm not understanding, but maybe I'm not reading. Oh, well, I know they do, but I feel like it's different. See, they're using a different thing. They're not deriving generics anymore. I don't know. I mean, you guys know Haskell better than I do. It still just doesn't make sense. All right, we're compiled. We're happy. Let's go ahead and get hello meta with a -v. Make sure we get JSON. Let's put it into JQ. There we go. Let's make sure we didn't F anything else up. I don't think we did. That's still plain text. Beautiful. All we have next, we're not using this anymore. I saw that. Yeah, I skim like crazy, especially on stream. Yeah, I mean, I probably seem even more ADHD than I actually am on stream, to be honest. But I mean, I do have ADHD as well. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them for me skimming exactly, but it is a little confusing because it's not what I thought it was saying. But I do tend to skip prose and just read code. So that's so if it's like a step-by-step thing, I'm like, why isn't this working? Okay, so we're back. We got this. We don't actually need overloaded strings anymore, but we'll just leave it on our defaults just in case we really want it someday. Okay, so this is cool. We're using lib, we're greeting, we're doing all this nice stuff. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and do another new type without the space. And this one's going to be a named person, a named something. Doesn't have to be a person. And it's going to be a string. And we're going to just derive show. And we're going to derive from JSON in all caps. Obviously, who would have ever forgotten that? Okay. And then we're going to say a little bit of what do I actually want to do here in the lib. I guess I just want to get the name. Which I guess, let me think about this. So I have to construct, so yeah, let's just say named to name, but actually that's already there. So I guess my question is, can I just do this and will it just work? Or do I need to create it myself? Oh, you guys had a whole conversation. Someone should create a Haskell dialect that has all the useful language extensions by default and fix the nasty parts of the standard library too. Yeah, and fracture the ecosystem even more. It's so funny watching all the Haskell people complain in different servers I'm in, because they are kind of like, we're finally trying to sell this to people and now you're changing it again. GHC 2021 is kind of the first part IMO MHO, but the second few. And also you can just use third-party std libs. Yeah, like alternative preludes. If you don't know what that means because you don't know Haskell, look into the whole alternative preludes thing. It's very cool. It's very similar to the way OCaml does it for OCaml bases. And Rust has a similar idea, even though it's not exactly used. They still call the Rust standard library a prelude, even though, as far as I know, you can't just use a different prelude. Typical Haskell discussion, yeah. Hey, Indisnir, what's up? Prelude doesn't do enough. Nice. I do like Haskell. I mean, I haven't, like I said, I haven't written it for 4 years. I've forgotten most of it. Reading Learn X and Y minutes for Haskell brought back a lot of the stuff for me. It just made a lot more sense.
Right, because now I could use the object constructors. It's kind of nice to new type these things. It's not bad, right? I think it'll be a little bit easier. Speen! Speen! How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, Engineer. Getting Haskell developers to agree on anything? Have you seen this chat today? Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. No, it's a great language, and I really like a lot of the things from it. And I mean, it's smart. It is smart that Rust took a lot of things from Haskell, and you know, some people would say, "Oh, Camel, it was very smart of Rust to do so." And I don't know if Haskell is ever going. I don't know that Haskell can actually get past its reputation in a way that it will ever have a wide enough user base. And I mean, you could say it's wide enough as it is, right? I mean, the whole avoid success at all costs, all those kinds of things. I get their point there, but I don't know if they're ever going to get past some of these things. I'm not saying that you can't use it. There are companies that use it. I think it's a great thing. I'd be happy to take a Haskell job. But I think as far as the wider market, I don't know if there's enough there, whether it's the community, whether it's the language and the history of the language or whatever. You know, it could be pretty challenging. So at some point, I stopped caring and reading about them and just worked through the pain of using the default. Yeah, it's not a bad choice, Kinran. I even feel this in a small team at work. Very annoying, to be honest. Oh yeah, love Elm. No, Elm's a great language slash framework slash language slash framework. It's just run by authoritarians, or used to be anyway. It's hard to fix things in the languages used in production. Yeah, exactly. We can't just fix this stuff. It's funny. I don't know. This is my current hot take without even having done OCaml yet, but I actually think, not for any particular reason of OCaml being better than Haskell, because I don't think that it is, but I think that OCaml actually has an opportunity of becoming a more widely used functional programming language with HM types, etc. Rust at least like uses a lot of that HM stuff. And obviously it has its own success for different reasons, no matter how many times they shoot themselves in the foot. But I think that OCaml actually has a chance of becoming widely used, even if it's not for any particular part of it being better. I think the fact that you can only do monadic side effects is an absolute beautiful feature, and is not, of course, something that is in any of the languages that I think have a chance of becoming popular, at least that are out there today. Yeah. It really just needs the hype train, and because, you know, honestly, as you all know, it has absolutely nothing to do with the merits of a language or a technology for it to be popular. It is really just about being easy enough to use, right? Doesn't even have to be that easy to use. Easy enough to use, and having good marketing around it, right? And because there's a lot of influencer hype around OCaml, I don't want to say a lot, they're trying to drum up hype around OCaml. I think that's why I believe there's a chance for OCaml to be big. And if you don't think marketing is the reason that languages are successful or technologies are successful, just look at Java. Boom. Okay. Named name string deriving show from JSON. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to overcome that reputation in Disney, and I think that's the problem. Which is sad because I think it's a lovely language. I don't think it's that hard to use. I think a lot of people with like, you know, I don't think you have to be high IQ to understand Haskell. But I don't think it's ever going to overcome that reputation. Yeah, it's totally perpetuated by the constant jokes. I even make them myself, but I don't know. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to change that. People are already like, I mean, there was that thing, and I knew the guy was just being kind of funny, but there was a guy. He streams, I forget his name. Nightshade sent it to me. He's big. He's a fairly big streamer and a smart guy. And he said, like, the way that we talk about Haskell sometimes is what he said about closure. He said that closure is, oh, that's what he said. He says closure is just intellectual, it's academic masturbation. And it's just like, dude. like closures are literally like the simplest language to just get shit done in that I've ever used. Like, it's so easy to just get things done. Now, you can write tons of bugs because there's no fucking types, but like, to say that it's like academic masturbation, like, to me, that's just absolute asinine. Absolutely asinine. I think it is one of the easiest, simplest languages, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned programmer. I don't even get it. But yeah, but Haskell is definitely that, like, a lot of times. But then I think you can do a lot of good stuff with it. But yeah, I'll let you guys continue the discussion because I can't go forever. But let's see if we can finish this up. Yeah, Lens is so cool. Okay. Not saying I know how to use it, but I've seen it used and it's amazing. Okay, cool. Modulib, greet, name, where, import. See, and then I say all that, and next week we're doing dependently typed languages. So if you think this is a little bit of AM, think about what we're going to be doing next week when we do. I'm sorry. It was just because of the AM. It's because of the AM metaphor, and then the first language we're doing is cock, and I just can't get around it this very moment in my head. So when we do cock, Agda, and Idris, yeah, we're gonna be like, wow, Haskell, so practical. It's really a language of the people. Yeah, I think a lot of people, no, I actually believe that about Idris. It'll be fun. Again, I've basically not used any of them. I've read a couple things about them, but it'll be fun to see. Okay, new type named name string deriving show from JSON. I'm guessing that I can't just do this whole like name thing, but let's just see what happens. I just want to see if it lets me. It'd be cool if it did. Oh yeah, I probably have to derive generic again. Okay. The binding for name shadows the existing binding. Okay. Interesting. So they're just giving me a shadowing warning, but it doesn't seem like. Oh, okay. I see where it is. Yeah. Uh-huh. And that's because of these things. I get it. Okay. I don't think it actually matters. Is the FB Discord is that where people move to? Like, we used to be part of a FB Slack. There was an FP Slack, and I wonder if that's where most of those people moved to. Yeah. Hey, Shpeen. Yeah, thanks for the question. That's exactly what I'm thinking of doing. So I'm probably not going to let us choose any of them, because honestly, I don't really want to write C or C++. Like, I don't know, maybe C++, because I think the standard library is maybe enough that I could actually do most of the things in Advent of Code with it. But I am thinking about doing kind of like a roulette of these languages. By the way, I was on a random Wikipedia thing, and if you just want like some like dark reading of how dumb people are, just read it. Just read this section of the Russian roulette Wikipedia article, and then you're just gonna be like, what is wrong? What is wrong with people? We're all doomed. But it is good. It is good to hear that the FP Discord is good. I probably should be on there, Kinran. I don't know if they want it to be shared publicly, but maybe you can just DM it to me if not. I might as well go in there. I probably will be doing more FP than I have been. I don't really consider Clojure FP, honestly. But yeah. Dark reading, notable incidents for Russian roulette. Anyway. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Shpeen, is maybe we'll use a script. Maybe we'll put it up to maybe we will put it up to a vote or a poll like the day before, so we kind of know what we're walking into. Okay, it's a public one anyway. Thanks. But I thought it would be cool. Like, the thing that's hard about doing a new language each day for AOC is if you don't have editor set up, you don't have like a little bit of remembrance of the language. And I think we solve most of that here. So, yeah. We already have the editor set up for all these things. No, I got it, Kinran, and I'm into the mainframe. Yeah, so thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, where were we? We have a little bit of time left. I think we can actually just finish this web API real quick, which would be pretty cool. And I think our web server actually started, which is nice. And I guess we can actually use name, even though we're doing a lot of shadowing. It's not yelling at me, so we're just going to use name directly from our new type. You manage about 20 different languages. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not thinking of doing. Yeah. Oh gosh, there's so many good chats. I'm not thinking of like once we use a language we can't use it anymore. I want to be able to keep using it. Sistema Futuro. Thank you for the follow. So yeah, we can reuse languages. It's fine. And it's possible once it gets to the harder stuff that I'm just going to be like, no effing way that I'm using this language to do this problem. Like, we're reverting to closure. You know, we're lucky if we even solve this problem. Lutron. One of those. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Day one in ASM, yeah. Well, here's the 12 that we have, right? I don't know if you were here. I don't know how long have you been here, Speen. But these are the 12 that we're going over this month. We're not doing AOC, and the only one that I'd probably include from week 4 for AOC is maybe Idris, but we'll just see how it goes. But I don't know. The only thing that's hard about standard ML to me is libraries. So as long as I don't have to use a library, we could try standard ML. SML. Is there anything else I would exclude besides C? I think C is out. I might be willing to do all of those. Maybe. Yeah, I could see SML being totally sufficient for AOC, for sure. It wasn't bad. I mean, I liked the language in general. I was glad that I did it. And I could put it on my resume. That's what matters. Okay. So what are we doing? We're taking... All right, so this one actually takes a JSON payload of name string. I totally forgot what we're doing here. So we did that and returns a text response of goodbye name. So as long as we have this and we have probably our little mconcat. So I'm thinking we have to do this. Mconcat. It was a straight brace, right? I mean, what's really the difference between this and the... It doesn't matter. We'll just use this since we're using it somewhere else. And then, I mean, do syntax would probably be nicer here. Maybe that's what we should do. Yeah, we'll use do syntax. Let's say name. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work because I'm using name. I don't know what they call their bodies either. Name body. Okay, and then this would be goodbye name. Okay. Purely functional data structures with SML. That would be cool. How do you get the body in Scotty? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't hate that I did this so far, but I'm not sure that the LSP has actually figured it out yet. It would be pretty great if it was just body and I already did it, but we'll find out. Let's see if it compiles. Well, it doesn't like me there. Yeah. Oh, that's because I'm using the lazy text thing here. What did I do here? That was different. Maybe I should just do a string concat. It's a byte string? Dang it. Okay. It is body, but body is a monadic value in action M, and it's a byte string. Yeah. I'm doing, well, I mean, so many things are strings, right, for this example. But this is like the penultimate example of like how bad, like the string problem in Haskell. That's hilarious. Is it star? Is that string concat? I'm forgetting. No. Oh, that's right. Okay, thanks. Look at you guys coming in. Okay. So it still hates me. That's fine. Couldn't match expected type data.text.internal.lazytext with actual type car in the second argument of in a statement of a do block. Okay. Yeah, Yasad was like the thing when I was doing a Haskell. Oh yeah, I actually did get that working, Kinran. I decided I like this kind of back and forth a little bit better. I don't know. There's something about it. It's just more explicit, but who knows? I go back and forth between enclosure as well. I go back and forth between using a CIDR REPL and just using a line REPL, like in a terminal on the side. I don't know. I haven't really actually figured out why I use one over the other in different cases, but kind of how it goes. Star was for an applicative, I believe. Stop coming in here with applicatives. Just kidding. Okay, so what's the actual problem here? Is this actually just because I'm dealing with a byte string here? Is that my actual problem? And it's monadic. All right, there's got to be an example. I have to use bind, right? Okay. Where's my examples? Post/read body do b body text decode UTF-8 b. Okay, so that's just an echo, basically. Let's just see if they have anything else. Is that it? Okay. You would think so. All right. What if we did, can we do this here and do syntax, or is this going to like screw something else up? Decode UTF. Oh my God, I hit the other layer on my keyboard. Can't type. Okay. Let's see what happens here. I have a feeling this is not going to work. Okay. Could you not find it? Yeah, that's fine. They imported something for UTF-8. I remember seeing that. There it is. Oh, I just noticed this. Is this if you just want to import, like define the actual thing you're importing from this? I don't know why the LSP isn't yelling about it. I wonder if my LSP died. Iglot, are you still alive? Well, it still doesn't think that I've done anything wrong, which, I mean, to be fair, I probably haven't. Yeah, it could be Emacs, to be honest. Okay, now we're into something. Oh dear. Couldn't match expected type lib.named with actual type data.text.internal.lazy.text. Okay, so now we are getting that same error. Okay. Yeah, we know that we're shadowing. Okay, my LSP is working. I think it just needed to reconnect. It died at some point. Rust Analyzer does that all the time. So, you know, can't blame HLS too much. Okay, so what am I doing wrong now? What if let me just do this. Let's do a stack GHCI again. And that doesn't make sense. I thought it was a byte. I thought that was how you did it. I thought that's how they did it. Oh, it's still in the burrito, so we have to... All right, we're good. We're good. Okay, so I forget some of the actual ways. Oh, I could just do it that way. That's nicer. Because that's bind. Is that what that's considered? Fmap. Okay. But I still can't use name here. Okay. All right. Can I put it in parens and then it just magically works? Or that's the same thing? You have to, I don't understand. How do I bind it? I have to bind the monadic value. I forget how this works. That's the problem. Okay. All right, guys, monads. Let's do it. Why didn't this example explain monads to me? Why not? Decode UTF-8 dollar body. Oh, it's the bind and... Okay. I need to look up do because I forget actually how do works. I need to look it up because I'm not understanding it at a low enough, even a high enough level. Let's be real. Come on. Where's do? It was right there. It was right there. Why didn't you match on that do? Oh, because it was a do and then a new line? It was my fault. Where did they explain do? Need my Haskell book? Yeah. Did they not? I swear they explained to do here somewhere. Oh, okay. Green Chicken 21. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Do put stir line. I will echo 2 lines. Result. Put stir line result. Put stir line. This was all folks. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. This is how I parse do, and you guys tell me if I'm right or not. do is basically like, I'm going to call it Lisp mode. How bad is that? I'm going to call it Lisp mode, and basically each line is just like a, oh yeah, this is some beautiful ML syntax. I used, so the backstory on that green chicken is, I used Haskell like 5 years ago, really liked it, haven't touched it for 4 years, and now we're trying it again as part of this 12 languages in 4 weeks. So it's been fun. Okay, this is how I would explain do, whether or not it makes sense, is that do evals basically each one of these lines, and it keeps adding, like it in the same context, right, in the same scope. And then I know it returns the last one, right? Like if this actually did something, if this returned a result, like a string or whatever, instead of just printing it, then yeah, then that would be returned, right? Right. Yeah. I know Twitch needs code blocks so bad. I mean, how many software development streams are there? Just add some code blocks. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. It's stacking closures. Right. Yeah. So each time it's basically, with each new line, you could say it's creating a new closure around from, with the context of what came before it, right? Yeah, they did take a long time. I heard that. Okay. Okay. I think my brain has caught up a little bit to where I can understand how I could do this. I just felt like I was doing something wrong. So let's just say B. And I don't know if I'll ever get used to typing left arrows, but I probably will. So we can do this. You like that? Not what I meant to do. Okay. And then we can say name B. Right? Because isn't this bind? Is this not? This is binding, right? Yeah, that's what happens, bitmap, for sure. Luckily, I've forgotten all of that, so I can pretend I'm a beginner again. My old brain doesn't retain all this so quickly. I think I still have the same error. I mean, my LSP is already giving it to me. Here, this isn't name anyway, is it? Oh, I guess it is. Unless name is something Scotty specific. Okay, so that was this. The thing is that capture param is also a monad, and that's why I was able to use bind. So here, I would actually just do a normal let, like this. Maybe that doesn't work. Is that not how let works? Am I like crazy? Right, so B is just the raw JSON as a string. So name here is actually coming from my library, and that's probably why it's so hard, right? I think it's probably getting confused. Let's try named, so we're not shadowing anymore. And even though it's like not the right name, but it's fine. How about we just call it in? That's a nice thing that doesn't have to have meaning. Okay. So it still hates me. And that's because, oh yeah, we didn't actually make it into a named. I'm being dumb. I'm being dumb. Okay. Duh. You guys were trying to tell me. I didn't figure it out. Okay, so let's change this anyway. We're just going to say, see, enclosure, you know what I mean? Who doesn't love that syntax right there? So good. So good. So I could just export the named, but I think I'll just create a little function here for it instead. And let's just say, maybe we should just say, well, let's just do goodbye here maybe. And goodbye takes an S, and no, I don't like it already. I kind of hate it. I hate camel case just because of JavaScript. That's the thing that's hard about it for me. Okay. Still hates me. Couldn't match expected type car, and that's because decode UTF-8 doesn't actually return a string. Byte string to text, so it goes to text. Okay, so now I'm back to text. You gotta be effing kidding me. All right, so let's go back to text here and see if we're going to be okay. I just need to do the import data.text. I already forgot what it's called. This isn't the example though. Oh my god. Data.text.lazy. Okay. All right. What a beautiful reproducible example of all the problems with it. Boom. It started. Let's go here. Let's do hello. Make sure that we're getting the right result. Let's say hell, and that should be 404. It's still text HTML, whatever. We're not going to worry about all that. We should be able to say hello meta and get JSON back. It is returning application JSON. And finally, we should be able to say goodbye. I was saving that with them commands. It didn't work so well. All right, we're gonna copy and paste this real quick. Okay. Post is already inferred. Okay, thanks for that. Text/pane. Goodbye name meta. Okay, so we have a mistake. And that's that I am actually not getting the name out of my struct. So let's see how this works and what I did wrong. So get name B. Oh, right. Okay. So let's see. So I need to decode. Right, I have to call decode. Nice, love it. Awesome, I'm so good at this. Okay. So is it just called decode, I think? I think it's just decode. Is that not it? Let's see. Decode, maybe person. Oh, it's adjust. That's right. And so now we have to do would be to name the thing inside named get name. Oh, interesting. I don't know what that means exactly. Because I mean, it has to be named because that's what I'm passing as my data. Okay, so now we have a maybe, and now we just need to get a name from named, right? So syntax that I know actually how to do this using would be something like this, which would be there's probably a shortcut to just getting, I always forget. Let's play with maybes in the REPL. Let me figure this out. It is called maybe, isn't it? What's that? Minecraft. Oh, yeah. Okay. So just 5. Yeah. Okay. And then if I want to get, I don't know, I'm trying to do it this way. I just need to look at docs. I just want the documentation for the maybe. Let's go to top here. Not there. Maybe it's going to be here. So if I use HaskLUL, where's HaskLUL? Like what it would be the easiest way? Yeah, I have HaskLUL. Where's HaskLUL? Why can't I find it? Why am I not seeing HaskLUL on here? Stupid freaking tabs. Okay, maybe I closed it. Who knows? There we go. Data.maybe. That's what I want. Yeah, that makes sense. There we go. Is just returns. Function returns true if its argument is of the form. Okay, is nothing from just from maybe. Okay, list to maybe, maybe to list, cap maybes, map maybe. Okay, okay, okay. Instances, okay. I don't know what I want. Give me a second. I got it in soon, so I'll probably let you backseat in a minute. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. Like in Rust, for instance, because I know that I have the right value, I'd probably just unwrap it and let it panic. But I know it's like not a thing here, right? You know, my thought originally was like, okay, I could just do a little function and just pattern match it. You prefer doc maybe and GHCI? Okay, let's look at that. I forgot about the doc thing. Mm-hmm. Nice. Very cool. So, let's see. The problem is we could just do, oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do the default thing. Maybe it's silly, but that's probably what I'm going to do. So it takes a default value. Oh, it throws an error if its argument is nothing. Actually, that's what I want. It should, I mean, I could catch it and do a 400 and that would be nice. But in this case, I'm just going to, that's actually a really good point. So really, okay, it's taking a step back here. What I really should be doing here is this should just return a maybe, and then, and the handler should deal with the error if nothing. That's really what I should do here. TBH, right? So in that case, what I could do is just map the maybe, and then that returns that, and then I can like pattern match on it if I want to, right? I think that's what I should do. Okay. So let's just say that this returns get name. Let's define our type. It returns a maybe, I guess it's text, right? And then this is, so text to, I don't know if it's actually maybe text. I guess it is. Text to maybe text. I think that's my type. Okay, so now I just need to look at what map is. But I could probably just use the map operator, right? I just don't remember what it is. What's the map operator? That's that? Okay. 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 Perfect. Sweet. Thank you. Okay. So basically, yes, yes, yes. What's the operator precedence? I actually don't know. Maybe it's enough. I'm not sure. So I forget how to use the operator. Is that right? Let's see, star2. Yeah, that is how that works. Okay. But I don't know if it's the right precedence or if I need to put like parens around this. Expected named maybe text. In the first argument of dollar. Okay. Let's just compile it. It'll be easier to read. I feel like this is a precedence problem. Yeah, it is. I'm just going to do parens and see if that works. No? Now you're mad about something else? Huh. Okay. Weird. What am I doing wrong? All right, you guys can backseat because you're gonna go. How should we make this work? Name dollar. Okay, name map over decode named S. Oh my god, I have the decode and the named backwards. Isn't that right? Is that my problem? Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Am I thinking about this really dumbly? I think so. Oh yeah, I don't construct it. It just decodes it automatically. I'm glad you guys didn't backseat, actually. Okay. So I actually should say decode S. And it might not infer the right type there. With actual type text. Okay. Interesting. Okay. In the first argument of decode, namely S, and the second argument, namely decode S, an expression. Okay, so we have a byte string with actual type text. I'm guessing it's just not actually I don't understand why it's giving me this. Maybe UTF-8 actually gives me a byte string. Let's just do this and see if it works. All right. So now we should get a failure in our main. Yeah. The body is probably a byte string. Yeah, but I did the UTF-8 thing. That's the thing that I don't understand. Did I never do that? No, I did do that. And then I have let in, get name, B. So even decode UTF-8. But it's still saying it's a byte string. Oh, you know what? I think this was the problem here, is that I still had to... Maybe this is clear. If I say decode UTF-8, B here, and then here I just bind it. I feel like this is clearer in some ways, but it's still the same problem. So how do I fix this? And I mean, you know, this is a maybe, which is fine. What does Scotty's text take? I'm not actually sure. Let's see. A text. It takes a text. I wonder if it's because I switched over to this string concat here. Do we think that's why? Now, of course, this is a maybe, but, okay. Yeah, it happens. I effed up here. I really thought we were gonna finish, but I have to go. Dang it. This took longer than I thought I was going to, right here. We did the first two so quick, I was like, okay, now we just have to do this. But, little things I don't understand. Little monadic mapping. Okay. We bound it. And then we're here. if I knew how to like easily construct some of these things, I would. What does decode UTF-8 actually take? Yeah, it says it's byte string to text. That's what I don't understand. Trying this one module quickly. I don't know if I know what that means. Decode UTF-8B. Oh, like do the... Oh, do like a case of? Yeah. Like I could just do this. Case decode. Oh, but I don't have it here. Okay. It's fine. I think I'm done. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that I hit a wall that I like am too tired to figure out right now. I think my brain's done with this particular problem. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna figure this out later. On Discord probably. I usually just do voice on Discord at night instead of streaming, just for fun. And I just want to understand this. I could try to fix it right now. I could try to push through it, but I want to actually understand it better. So if you want to hang out on Discord, there's the Discord link. Probably just jump into voice, finish this IUPI, have it working. We still got 2 routes working, and honestly, that's pretty good. In my opinion. I mean, it also was a dead simple library, right? But I really do appreciate everybody watching. I'm glad that we've had all these people watching Haskell on Twitch the last couple days. It's been awesome to do that. Tomorrow we will be back with OCaml. So day 1 OCaml tomorrow. We'll see what I think. I've never really written OCaml before. I did install the tooling a few weeks ago because there was this type example that I wanted to play around with that I was reading about. So I already have that tooling installed. I don't have it working in Emacs yet, so we'll see how that goes. It should be pretty easy because OCaml people love the Emacs. Yep, 2 days of OCaml. It should be Monday and Tuesday. With it being a holiday week here in the US, my schedule's a little bit weird, but I think Monday and Tuesday are pretty solid. It will just be Wednesday and Friday that I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen with the holiday. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with the Haskell. And yeah, I imagine Dylan should show up for OCaml and like try to backseat the whole time. So Weird Ed, I think I missed your follow. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kenran, thanks for all the help. I know it's always like we always want to like finish it and have it working, but you know, we're also here to make sure that we understand it real well. I mean, that's why we're doing 2 whole days with a language. You know, we got to be able to put it on a resume in good conscience. So yeah, let's see if there's anybody we can raid. Not a whole lot of people on. Oh, I haven't rated Cobb coding in a while. Oh, programming in Rust for the first time today. Let's go, Cobb. All right. Tell him to buy a mic after we raid him. No, he just needs a little bit of work on his audio. It's cool. It's cool. He's a student. He probably can't afford it. But, you know. Anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out. Let's go raid Cobb. Be nice to him. He's been doing some cool stuff with C, and he's doing Rust for the first time today. So I think it'll be good. All right, see you guys.